Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy, and it's time for another top 10 video. Today we're delving into the world of H.P. Lovecraft, that known and loved author. And I spent a whole bunch of time down the rabbit hole before we started here trying to figure out how to pronounce that word. And I forgot, Kaluho or something. I don't even remember anymore. But you know it and you love it. And you can all tell me down below how to pronounce it. To those of you who are not familiar with the top 10, what we do is we check eBay and we go to the top 10 sales. I do not repeat. So in other words, if 4 in a row are books, I'm not going to have 4 books in a row. That would be awfully boring, wouldn't it? And then at the end, as always, we have some great bonus items as well. Coming in at number 10 this week, Funko Pop, that word I can't pronounce, Nerd Glasses LE300 exclusive H.P. Lovecraft vinyl, $675 for this. I did see a couple of other H.P. Lovecraft as well on the Funko Pop. Great items out there. I don't know anything at all about Funko Pops, but I know that looks really, really neat. Coming in at number 9, Weird Tales Pulp Magazine, July 1933, H.P. Lovecraft story, Brundage cover. This one for about $650. Just goes to show you that obviously the content on these things is very, very important, and Weird Tales is just an incredible title. They did do some modern reprints of the Weird Tales as well, so you might want to keep your eyes out for those if you want to read the stories and kind of find out what it's all about. Great magazine, and pulps are actually seeing a resurgence now as well. Heritage Auctions actually has a number of pulps at regular auctions as well, so getting a resurgence. And condition, the one last thing, if you're not into the paper world, condition on pulps, this actually would be considered fairly high grade on pulps. It's low grade paper, hence the name pulp, because it was pulp paper, and they have tears and all those kind of things around there regularly. So this is a higher grade copy, but even one in not nice shape would still bring a couple of $100, I would say, just in general. Coming in number 8, H.P. Lovecraft statue, mint condition, 14 inches tall, so that would look really, really nice on your desk. Went for $700 or thereabouts on an item like this. Costs $45 essentially to ship also. Just a neat looking item right over there. Does come with the original box as well. Number 7, this one seemed low. The Shadow over Innsmouth by H.P. Lovecraft, number 2 of only 10 copies published. Now, it was published new, not that long ago, 2002. Yep, 2002 publication on this over here, but only 10 copies published for $799. Again, that seems low because H.P. Lovecraft is so loved and collected that I think that whoever bought this did get a steal. There's only 9 other ones out there. I think it was a really, really good buy for whoever bought it. Coming in at number 6, Astounding Stories. Again, this one for about $800. This is graded. It's graded a 4.5, which is not a high grade at all in the comic book world. 4.5 in pulp, not the greatest of grades, of course, but still a decent enough grade. And if you take a look at that issue there, it's fairly good. It's got a little problem down there in the bottom right corner, as you can see, a little bit of corner wear, all that kind of things, but still probably for the best that it was slabbed, because that will at least protect the grade the way that it is, because these again are printed on real cheap paper and can get destroyed easily enough. So a great item right over there. And I would probably want to buy a reprint of this to read the story and then have the original encapsulated myself on something like that. Number 5, this I thought was the best item of the day as far as just rareness and coolness. Excuse me, the Arts and Science Dictionary with the signature from H.P. Lovecraft. And if you look inside, it's his, and it was actually his when he lived in Providence. Volume from the 18th century. So you can just feel the history. You can just feel the history in this, and that's why $1,250 is a fair amount of money. But I think that out of everything here, this would be the one item that I would most treasure if I were to have purchased it, because again, you can almost see him looking through this for research and the like. So that I think is absolutely amazing. Coming in at number 4, Lovecraft Retrospective, Artist Inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, Centipede Press, 2008. $1,300, and a couple of other copies of this sold as well for a little bit less, but about that price. Definitely something other to keep a look for out there. Don't know what it went for originally, but great book over here. Coming in next, Lovecraft Selected Letters, Volumes 1 through 5, first editions, $1,400. That's almost $300 a book on these over here. They did, if you look down below, really nice shape, and they did come from the personal collection of Richard Manny, who was a famous collector. A lot of pictures on this as well. Took a picture of it without the jacket on it. That is a sharp-looking copy, no doubt at all about it. Still, $300 a book is nothing to scoff at. Coming in next, Clark Ashton Smith art drawing, H.P. Lovecraft, H.P. Horror, Arkham Centipede. There were a couple of different ones from this series that sold for a little bit less, and then this one sold for $27.50. The others sold for about $2,000 as well. Neat looking item right there if you're into the lore. And the number 1 item this week sold for about $3,700. The Outsiders and Others by H.P. Lovecraft, 1939, first limited edition, scarce book. Nice shape too. That is a sharp looking jacket over there as well. Just a neat book over there. $3,700 on something other like that. Just a great book. Do keep your eyes open. You're going to be hard pressed to find one in that nice a shape when you're out and about. But if you do, now you know what it's worth. A few bonus items this week. The Dunwich Horror Wax Mage, H.P. Lovecraft, Cadabra Records, vinyl, 3LP, new. $320 on this, $100 a disc, basically. Nice item right over here. It is newer vintage on this as well, but it is a neat item. Another bonus item over here. Monkstein Colored Beer Stein, H.P. Lovecraft limited edition from 2015. They're certainly merchandising him at this point. Another $300 item. Just one of those deals. You might end up seeing that at some estate sale. I could see that sitting on a shelf at an estate sale, and they might be asking $50 on it. Would be a good deal at that. This next 2 items are the same, but I found this very interesting. Elvira Meets H.P. Lovecraft, which is a great comic. Number 1, metal variant damaged, 100 rare. Sold for about $350. Sold for just under it on that. But then one was graded, only 100 made, same book, graded, it was $382. The grading fee is about $30, might be a little bit, about $30 is usually what you figure. So essentially getting it graded didn't add any value whatsoever, and this is a 9.8, which is about as high as you're going to get on a comic book. So that's one case where the grading really didn't necessarily pay off on that there. But I thought that was a kind of an interesting to see the two side by side. This I thought was a heck of a deal. 30 H.P. Lovecraft and Friends pamphlets. You're talking $13 a piece, $6 shipping. So you're talking essentially $13 a piece, $14 a piece. Be one of those that if I saw somebody asking $15 a piece out at a flea market, I'd say it's probably not a bad deal overall, and try to work a deal with them in order to buy the whole pile. Probably could have sold these pretty quickly broken up. I think some money was left on the table. Whoever bought this, I'm sure, is very happy about it. Up next, Time Traveling with H.P. Lovecraft by Robert Bloch, who is quite the author on his own. Signed, typed, and inscribed, $540 on this over here. Just a neat little item because you're going to have the H.P. Lovecraft collectors who want it and the Robert Bloch collectors who want it as well. Neat item right over here for $540 and 23 bids, so obviously it was very popular. And the last bonus item, Clark Ashton Smith, 1915 Psalm Desert Poem Manuscript, Arkham, H.P. Lovecraft. Clark Ashton Smith was a renowned author in his own right who kind of was in the orbit of H.P. Lovecraft as well. pretty neat over here, $1,400 just to have a handwritten manuscript by somebody who's, you know, contemporary of H.P. Lovecraft. I did want to bring that up as well. I think they kind of just put H.P. Lovecraft in there as kind of keyword spamming, but it worked, and they got $1,400 sale out of it. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. Do check out all the other top 10 videos. They're always a lot of fun, and we try to, you know, give you a little bit of information that you're not getting anywhere else, and they're fun little deep dives into the items. Do like and subscribe. We'll see you next video.